Farid Ahmed's words of forgiveness were heard around the world following a terror attack in Christchurch, New Zealand.
I want a heart that will be full of love and will forgive lavishly.
Farid's wife Husna was among 51 Muslims massacred as they worshipped at two city mosques. And yet Farid chose love over hate.
I don't want to have a heart that is boiling like a volcano. A volcano has anger, fury, rage.
In this podcast, Farid shares his own extraordinary life story, weaving everyday lessons from a series of savage life shocks that would have overwhelmed many. He explores the nature of compassion and how forgiveness has helped him deal with his own trauma.
People ask me, why did you forgive someone who has killed your loved wife, beloved wife?
His words and stories offer both healing and hope for the future.
If our heart is full of love, then peace will start from here.
Episode 8, Forgiving the Teacher.
The teachers who taught me, especially the teacher who taught me in the mosque, also had a great influence that forgiveness is the best. If you can forgive, this is the best for you, this is the best for others. Plus, I would say that I had a mentality, I had a nature that also helped me not to struggle to forgive. I hear story from many people that they had forgiven, I hear. And also I hear them, they say that initially they were angry. At some point, they felt for it and they could forgive. I also get many, media people, they asked me that how long did it take you to come to the decision to forgive? And my answer is, it was there. Luckily, I didn't have to do any work. I didn't need any time. I didn't need to struggle because it was there. So, now let me take you to my childhood. My high school life, just beginning of high school. So I was 12 years old, year 7, 12 years old. So, as the topper, the teachers used to ask me to sit at the front bench with 6 of us in a bench, and from roll number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Best in class.
Yes. And we were always scared that what hard question will be thrown to us. If we could not answer, our reputation goes down. Whereas other students, they had the advantage. Relax, sit down and listen to the lecture.
Let them do the work.
Sometimes, my heart is to palpitate. Oh, he's a tough teacher. I expect a hard question from him. What if I cannot answer? So this teacher, he was 60 plus. And he came to the class that day and he told me, have you got the textbook? I said, yes. So I gave him the textbook. And then, out of a sudden, he started slapping me. He was so heavy, very strong. He slapped me here, then there. He was using his both hands. He put his book on the table. He was sleeping. With two hit, I lost my hearing temporarily. I still suffer from the pain on my left hand side. His sleep affected me, and still now, time to time, if I am too tired or in cold weather, I suffer from it. And he was hitting me like, he was in a boxing ring and he was trying to knock me down. I had no clue what did I do, and it was all of a sudden. All of the students were puzzled, perplexed, they didn't know what to do. But the hitting sound was so loud that the headmaster, he was touring, he was checking here and there. He was nearby, and he quickly ran to our class, and he saw what happened. And then the teacher, when he saw the headmaster, he stopped, because he was caught red-handed. Then headmaster called him, come to my office. And then he went. After a few minutes, headmaster called me to go to his office. I went, and then he said, I have seen it. I want you to write a complaint. And then he asked my class teacher, the first period teacher, that if Farid needs any help in writing, you help him. I said, what are you trying to do? So they said, he will be expelled, definitely. But how long for or forever, that is a question to be thought of and yet to be decided, but definitely he is going to be expelled. So go back and write a complaint. We do not want to allow this kind of behavior from a teacher, because if we do, it will create a bad precedent. Now, straight away I felt, if he loses his job, how his children are going to survive? He had, as far as I knew, he had 4 or 5 little kids. And their survival was dependent on his income only. What will happen to his wife? What will happen to him? He is not young now. If he loses a job with a bad record, he will not get another one. He is 60 plus. So that thing started eating me from inside. What will happen to him? What will happen to his children? Whereas, I could have thought about me at the time. That he hit me, he injured me, he humiliated me in front of the class. He did it totally wrong.
You were a victim.
Yes, I was victim. I didn't do anything wrong. I was completely innocent. It was totally unprovoked. All these things I could have thought, and I could see my headmaster and other teachers, students, they were thinking that way, that I was a victim and he was an offender. But somehow, right from the beginning, my worry was about his family. So I returned to my class, my classmates, they come to me and they said, write down something, blah, blah, blah. I don't respond. They say, do you need some help? Do you want us to take you to the doctor? Are you feeling normal? I said, my brain is working, but I'm not sure what I should do. So some students, they were from his area. My teacher, he was from a village to the north side of our sub-district. And I found a student from there, and I talked to him. Can you tell me about his family? So I got all the details, how many children, his wife, this and that, how well they were. After getting the information, I became certain that I didn't want to write anything against him. Why? So I thought of that I would talk to him that he should apologize. People can make mistake. And he should say that he would not do it again. But he would give some sort of explanation that why he was mad. And then the high school managing committee, without me pursuing the case, they could not do anything. And my father was one of the members. And my father friends, they were also members in the managing committee. I should save his children. And I should offer the forgiveness for the greater good. That's how I played the role. It worked. My headmaster asked my father if he could say anything to me. But my father said, I know him. He cannot change him. But look, overall, his suggestion is good. He's offering a solution. The offender will take this responsibility. He will make a promise he will not do it again. What else do we want? So follow the young man. So outside, my father, he had a style. He never said, follow my son. We had many times, we stood up against one another. He represented one side, I did opposite. But he always used me with respect. Follow this young man. He didn't say, follow my son. Yeah, this young man, he has some wisdom in his suggestion. So we can follow it. So my father, he indirectly supported me. And as a result, that was the answer. Okay? Give him a chance so he can learn from his mistake and he will not do it again. And the victim himself, he is offering his forgiveness, so we should respect him as well. So the lesson is the outcome was great.
It's interesting what you've said, that forgiveness doesn't require you to condone a behaviour. You're not saying what you did was all right.
Yeah, exactly.
But you're saying, I can forgive that.
Yes.
That's something we get hooked in around and all tangled with sometimes.
That's right, yeah. And sometimes, some people would say that, well, why did you offer his forgiveness until he came to you and he kneeled down to you and he begged your forgiveness? But my answer is to that, yeah, you are right. But I am not wrong either. It's about you have decided to go to Christchurch city centre and you have chosen to bike and get there, and I have chosen a helicopter because I want to get there quicker,
faster.
Yeah. So I'm not saying that no one is wrong, anyone is wrong, but waiting for the victim to beg to you is one option. And you, for your high moral, you say, I don't care about your begging. I want to show what I have quicker and faster. So unconditionally, I want to forgive you. I do my duties at first, and now it's up to you what you want to do. So in that regard, I consider that if I offer an unconditional forgiveness, it is the best option. Unless, or instead of waiting someone to come.
For someone to regret,
Yeah.
to say, I was wrong.
Yeah. Sometimes if he leaves a person too long, maybe this person will receive more misunderstanding about life and situation and actions. But if I want to give some sense to this offender, then if I offer the forgiveness, then lots of misunderstanding in him will be blocked, and he probably will start thinking, I was wrong.